What's up everybody, this is Reese here from C Manga and welcome to my review of Fairy Tail chapter 387, Father and Son. So yeah, this chapter, it was nothing like I expected, you know. The title, it is so bloody misleading. It's not even funny how misleading that was. I was obviously there like under the impression that this chapter here is going to be all about Grey and Silver, but no. These two came out pretty much just came out of the action like really quickly. So like Silver just basically grabbed Grey, took him away. Instead, this chapter here, we kind of like get the matchups of what's going to happen, and also like a pretty disheartened Wendy essentially. So yeah, new matchups is Gajil versus Trafsa, which, you know, that isn't actually a bad matchup. You know, Trafsa, he hasn't really yet properly like revealed what his powers are. He seems kind of like he isn't really affected by magic much, because obviously, you know, he walked pretty much through Aquarius's like water attack, and now he actually is like penetrating Gajil's iron, his iron body and stuff. So yeah, obviously Gajil's got something to overcome right there, so that seems pretty good. Hopefully we'll get to see actually like Gajil's shadow iron dragon mode again, because yeah, that was freaking badass. So hopefully he can unleash that and just go to town and Trafsa, show him like what dragon slayers are really made of. Next one is Juvia versus the priest Keith. Hopefully she'll be able to like counter like his weird dust particle ability thingy. I mean, like, obviously the best way for someone to like take on someone who can split apart like and doesn't really look like they're affected by physical attacks much is, I guess, like, you know, some sort of area effect magic, which you know, Juvia's pretty much like good with. You know, she can probably do something crazy like some sort of water prison technique, hold him up there and then do something else. I don't know what she's gonna do. But yeah, and finally, the final battle is Natsu versus Tempest. Yes, I completely forgot that after coming out of Hell's Core, that Tempest's entire appearance changed completely. He's no longer like, you know, friggin' Leomon anymore. He's like, you know, some pretty boy. So yeah, I guess this is kind of like a really good matchup right here. Obviously, like, you know, we learned in Naruto that wind actually boosts fire. So yeah, obviously that's going to like really help out Natsu, probably power up his attacks a bit more. But then again, it is Tempest we're talking about. His wind could probably like blow Natsu's fire away if it's strong enough. But yeah, one thing which they do have to remember is to get a sample of this guy's blood. Obviously, you know, so they can heal like the Raijin crew and heal Luxus as well. So I wonder, like, I'm actually sitting there wondering like how long it's going to take him to realize that this guy is actually Tempest, the one who they're after, considering how like he's had a complete appearance change. And actually whether like they'll actually remember that they have to get this sample of the blood, because yeah, that hasn't obviously been mentioned since Tartarus Arc Part 1, and we're now in Part 4. So yeah, couple side notes obviously this chapter is that Franmouth, he's still alive. He ended up like attaching himself to Happy in order to survive. He can actually like make people absorb his souls as well as absorbing other people's soul. Really weird, you know, the way they kind of like kept him in. But I don't know, at this point here it seems like he's going to be more of like a comic relief character more than anything else. But yeah, it'll be kind of cool if like at some point he actually does kind of end up like taking control over Happy, and then yeah, that's how like he's going to be, or whether he's actually going to be a now permanent part of the story like after the whole demons are gone. And obviously the other little side note is that Makarov is actually like heading to the Lumina Historia, which I'm guessing is now going to be the only way to stop Face. So yeah, speaking of Face, Wendy, yeah, she ended up destroying it, but turns out it was only like one part of the whole continent-sized face cannon thing. So yeah, there's like 20 other faces out there, which obviously kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of like more comparing this like a battleship. These are like the cannons on the ship. So yeah, essentially she destroyed one cannon, and there's what, 20 others or 19 others. So yeah, she basically destroyed a simple little part of it. What is actually kind of like weird, the way that has been revealed, is the fact that, so you're telling me that every single one of those cannons has like a control panel on them, and then it's like another thing of, okay, so they activated that one face, but does that mean that all of them are activated at the same time, or is it a thing of, well, you know, they're each activated individually, so they'll kind of like, you know, fire off at different times kind of thing. So yeah, Wendy, I guess she's now completely disheartened. You know, she did all that work for, well, nothing. So Face is still essentially going to activate. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, the chapter. You know, despite the whole misleading title and everything, it was actually a pretty decent build-up chapter. You know, we've obviously got like a lot more like matchups which we now know are definitely happening, because obviously we knew what matchups were going to be there, but now it's kind of like more defined what's happening where. But still, seriously, like, what the hell was with that title and then not giving us any Grey and Silver action? It's like, with that title, I was thinking they're at least gonna like reveal the relationship between the two, at the least, you know, or like them to at least say something to each other where it's like, oh my gosh, you're my, and then boom, take them away. But instead, we've got like nothing, just a couple looks between the two. Then that's always like, I'll deal with this one, gone. And it's like, okay, why is the chapter called Father and Son? You know, why couldn't it be called something like, I don't know, it's not over yet, some crap, I don't know, something crazy like that, something to do with maybe face or something. You know, it's like when you actually give us a title like Father and Son, you're thinking, yeah, we're gonna learn a lot more. But you know, instead we got, well, nothing really. But yeah, obviously, despite all that, decent chapter. I was right with it, but you know, what did you guys think of it? Let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comment section below. Are you happy with the matchups? And what do you think about the whole Luminous story thing going off? Like, do you think it's going to be the thing that actually defeats Space or not? You know, obviously, let me know your opinions in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out the other stuff we do on the channel, because we do a lot more other stuff. So I'll see you next time.